Hey, this is Helen from HypnoFit. How is everybody today? I am feeling wonderful today. So I thought that I'd pass on some positive vibes because we all need some positive vibes, right? And what I'm going to be talking about today is what low standard are you allowing in your life? Every single day, in every single way, we make a choice about what standards we allow in our lives. So we all have these standards and these values. If you think about an athlete, a professional athlete, they usually have some pretty high standards about what they will allow in their life. They've got high standards about what they eat, what they drink, how they conduct themselves, and so on. And if you think about somebody who doesn't care too much about themselves, then you see that the standards in all areas of their life are quite low. Usually most of us sit somewhere in the middle of all of that. And so when I'm talking about standards, what am I talking about? I'm talking about things like self-care. How do you look after yourself? Things like relationships. What kind of low standards are you allowing in your life in terms of the way that you allow yourself to be treated? In terms of the way that you relate to other people? Low standards might be that you're speaking to your partner in a certain way. I know that, with myself, I will never allow myself to, swear at somebody. It doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter how comfortable I am with that person. It's a different story to swear within a sentence, but not to say you are. No matter how angry I feel, no matter how sad, no matter how upset, even if they're saying it to me, I won't say it back to them. So that's a low standard to allow yourself to talk to someone else like that. So think about this, think about relationships. What low standards are you allowing yourself with relationships in the way that you're treated and in the way that you treat other people? Do you swear, even with your partner or the people that you feel closest to? Do you say things to them that perhaps shows that you have accepted a low standard? Do you accept being spoken to in a certain way? That's accepting a low standard. Do you gossip about other people? Again, that's a low standard. Do you judge other people? And that's an easy one for a lot of people to do, is to judge. It's such an easy thing to do. Do you do that? That's a low standard. Secondly, how do you treat yourself? What kind of standards do you uphold for yourself? Do you make sure that you're dressed in a way that you're pleased with how you dress? The way that you do your hair, the way that you look after your nails, the way that you look after anything in your life. How do you take care of yourself to make sure that you have a high standard for yourself? Do you move your body on a regular basis? Do you, on most occasions, eat the right food? These are all standards that we hold for ourselves. I knew that, I've said this publicly before, that the lowest standard I felt when I looked at all my life and all areas of my life, my work, my professional areas of my life, the personal areas of my life, I felt like the lowest standard was drinking alcohol. And so that was my low standard. And so today I'm day 68, alcohol free. Doesn't mean I will be forever, but it's something that I thought was a low standard. So what about work? What low standards do you have at work? Do you give it your everything, even if it's not something that you enjoy? Do you make sure that you live to the standards that they expect of you at work, or do you, not do that? So what are the standards that you have for yourself in your life? I had a client today and I asked him this question: what low standards do you still have? And he said, I'm not taking care of myself. So I said, how are you not taking care of yourself? And he said, well, I'm not exercising, I'm not walking, and I'm not eating well. And so that's the low standards that he identified for himself. But have a think about relationships, how you treat other people and how they treat you. Think about work, whether you do actually put everything into your work, no matter what you think about it, no matter how you feel about it. Do you put your all into your work? Number 3, how you take care of yourself. What kind of self-care activities do you do for yourself? It's so important. Hi, Nikki. Gorgeous girl. So what do you do for yourself? Are you taking care of your appearance? You know, people think that that's a vain thing to do, but for me, that's all about self-care. So if I don't go to the hairdresser regularly, if I don't go to my wax lady regularly, and don't go to my nails lady regularly, then I feel like I'm not holding a standard up for myself. So that doesn't mean that has to be your standard, but what I'm saying is, what is your standard, and what low standards have you got in your life? So think about this, and perhaps change one of those low standards for this week. Just one, whether it's to do with food, exercise, self-care, relationships, how people talk to you, and how you talk back to people. That's your mission for this week. So that's Helen from HypnoFit. If you want to talk about what standards are holding you back in your life and how hypnotherapy can help you release those standards and move forward to a life that is fulfilling and where you can live up to your greatest potential, then all you need to do is contact us at HypnoFit at the 1300 797 622 number, 1300 797 622, and my client coordinator, manager, Deborah, will contact you and she'll have a chat. So free chat, nothing to lose. So what standards are holding you back, and what can we do about them so that you can overcome them and live your best life? Love you lots, and choose high standards today. Relationships, work, self-care, the works. Okay, bye.